Cheers! Before I get into the bottling, I wanted to do a little follow-up video as promised for my English brown ale, plus it'll show you what I'm bottling. So it's been about 3 to 4 weeks. It's conditioned out really nicely. I did use refined kegging as a hot side finding, but I was going to use the Clarity Firm as well to help clear it out quicker, and it also reduces some gluten. I did forget to add the Clarity Firm that I wanted to add. I found it sitting with my other brew supplies after kegging it, but it's okay. I didn't need it. It has a very nice pillowy head to it. Great soft mouthfeel. Very balanced. The bitterness rounded off with time and conditioning a little bit as well, so it's a really nice balance of malt with a little bit of bitterness. It went great with Thanksgiving dinner, especially the pumpkin pie. The chocolate notes in it were really shined through, and it was just great for that meal. If you haven't watched that video, go back, check it out, and you can see how I made it. I apologize for any confusion from the last video. I misspoke and said sodium to chloride ratio. I meant sulfate to chloride ratio. So there was a mistake. I had sodium on the brain. I had been thinking about whether or not I would add any sodium. I want much more chloride than I want sulfate, so that ratio is anywhere from 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 sulfate to chloride. This is what I'm going to be bottling into 32-ounce porcelain pop-top bottles. I brew 11-gallon batches, so that's 2 5.5-gallon corny kegs. The first one's just about done. I need to finish it out, and that's why I'm going to bottle this. I need that keg to keg up my NEPA that I just finished brewing. I'm putting that video together, and that'll be coming out next. Okay, get one more look at it to compare it. All right, let's get to it. Cheers. Okay, so we're ready to bottle some beer. I've done it a couple different ways, just with an attachment that will hook right to my tap into the bottle. I use these 32-ounce porcelain pop-top bottles, and you can see it sits right at the level. So if you put an attachment on there, I need to sit it down, come off on an angle. It kinks the hose. It's really just a big pain in the butt mess. I've settled on a tap cooler. This has a CO2 purge on it as well as a pour. It's a telescoping, extendable fill stem. This will go right in the end of the standard tap. These inner tap faucets, it won't fit. So it comes with an adjustment piece that does fit, and tubing that will connect to that right to the end of the tap cooler. The thing is, I've used that, and that's a big mess too. The problem is then you get an extension, but you have to hold everything down low off to the side. I have to make a stand and a catching basin for overflow and try to operate from the tap handle still. I think it's not worth it. I've made so many huge messes. I've tried it so many different times. I've gotten better at it. It might work well if you just want to fill a bottle real quick and run out the door, and you just want to do one. You want to hook it up, put it in there, fill it up, but you still end up having to clean up a mess. So I abandoned that idea. No thanks. I'm just going to go straight from the keg. So I made an attachment, and I'm not going to use the tap. I have a double regulator set up on my kegerator. So I can unhook one to use for the CO2. When you press this button, it sprays CO2 out. The other hookup will go to the keg. What I do not have yet is a valve to turn on and off on the keg. So this is the only part that still will be a little tricky, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to have to pop it on and pop it off to stop it. I have the other CO2 regulator down very low, just at like 4 psi to the keg, so that it will be very slow flow and won't foam. See how that works? So I'm just carbonating it right now by doing that. I'm just running it off to make sure there's no oxygen in the line. And check the flow. That's working pretty well. All right, let's get that out of the way. Oh yeah, that tastes good. Okay, I'm going to purge this bottle. And see that pop off. Puts a seal on there. Just do that for a few seconds. Just want to make sure there's no oxygen in there. All right. Okay, it pushed a little foam through. Now it's clearing out. These dark bottles are really hard to see where the fill line is at, but I'll know when it starts coming out. Turn the flow up just a little bit. Okay, I can see it coming up the bottle now. It would be really nice to put a valve like right here to just stop this without having to go down and unhook from the keg. Okay, I can see the beer coming up. I can also see the foam. So I can see where the line is. You see some of the foam starting to come out now. It's filling up nicely with very little waste. I like that. There it is. I'm going to pull that out. That one's done. I'm going to do a few more. I've been saving money for a can seamer, so I could use this for filling cans as well and then seam it. However, I might get a better filler for the can, like something that's wall mounted that I can easily put the cans on, purge with CO2, and fill it right from there, and then quickly bring it over and cap on foam. The filler's expensive as well, so I may just have to do with this once I get the seamer, and then I'll upgrade later. Of course, this is bottling from a keg. The beer has already been carbonated. It's not like bottling if you're going to prime and straight from fermenter. I haven't done that in a lot of years. I just prefer to keg it, and then I'll bottle and hopefully can as well from there. All right, I think that's about empty. I'm going to see with the rest if I can get myself a pour. Looks like the keg's kicking now. That's almost perfect. Haha, that's it. Well, there you have it. There's bottle filling. At least one way of doing it.